leave her alone. You always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me. And so Mary gave everything she could for our Lord. She splurged. And we tried to do the same here with this chapel when we built it, at least for the sanctuary, because this is where God dwells in the Holy Eucharist. Try to give him the best. That's something I learned from the example of St. Josemaria. And I've also seen it's very good for souls because it makes a statement that we truly believe God is here, Jesus Christ is here. We give him the very best we can. And for the people out there, well, you get wooden pews. But up here, for God, he gets the marble, right? Best part about it, and Preston to know this, I never asked how much this whole thing cost. I know how much the whole building cost, but I don't know how much the chapel cost. And I don't want to know. We want to try to give our Lord the very best for him. And a lot's going on in this gospel today. We could say about Judas, who complained about Mary splurging, that he knew the cost of everything, 300 days' wages, but he knew the value of nothing. He knew the cost of everything. 300 days' wages, what is that in today's wages? That could be $50,000, $60,000, I don't know, maybe $75,000 for a jar of perfume. Years ago, I was curious about that, and I Googled most expensive perfume in the world, and I found it in New York City for $75,000 in a crystal vase with a big diamond on it. That's why it was so expensive. Like, who would buy something like that? I don't know, but somebody would buy that. And then what do you do with it? You don't do anything with it. It's because it's $75,000. You leave it right there. Don't touch it, right? So Mary somehow had this like enormously expensive heirloom. Like, what am I going to do with it? And she said, I give the whole thing to Jesus. Because that's what religion is all about. Giving to God as much as you can. It's what you give, it's not what you get. And what you see in Mary here is it's her heart. And this comes out in the Pope's encyclical last year on the Sacred Heart of Jesus, all about the heart. And we see the Sacred Heart of Jesus here in his hand and St. Joseph as well. So that's something that we can reflect on. And unfortunately, by the end of the week, we know what happens to Judas. And we also know what happens to our Lord. He dies, he's crucified, but he rises from the dead and saves all of us. Judas knew the cost of everything, but the value of nothing. And you and I, what we want to do for Jesus is give him the best without ever counting the cost.